monies that you raised, but how we worked together I thought was particularly went well this year. And had so many good inputs from each of our volunteers, particularly you, our host sites coordinators, that said, that things really went well. We appreciated the coordination that took place. And I tell you what, as I talked to some of you, in several cases, I contacted you when I saw your results, and I said, way to go, because in some cases, for instance, like Eaton, United Church of Christ, they've almost doubled their monies that they raised this year. Most of our sites certainly did better than they did the previous year. And we also had little tidbits of information that came out that were, what I hope will be beneficial to all of you later on. For instance, I know my good friend here, Roz here, they had a secret ingredient as far as putting on their breakfast and their eggs. Their chef has a secret ingredient that he puts in there to make them nice and fluffy, and that really was a seller. The Beaver Creek Fire Department, I was overwhelmed by what you did. Our first year with you. First year and what you did in terms of we were there, Jan and I were there about 10 o'clock in the morning, and they were almost completely out of their product by then. So we were just absolutely amazed how things were going. So I think things went very well. What I hope to do this year, once everything settles down here, we will send out to you a list of what each site's provided. What I'm hoping that you will do is that you will provide a crosstalk in terms of some of the things that you noticed at your site that worked particularly well, that you'll share with the rest of us. I will tell you that Epiphany Lutheran Church, Lori Griffith, has absolutely the best spreadsheet when it comes to indicating not only the volunteer workers, but the hours that were put in and how she's got that divided. So the goal will be to share that with everybody, and we have that through several different ways. We're going to be doing that not only through email, but also we have a newsletter that we hope to put out to you. But again, I think we'll all benefit from sharing some of the successes that we have. And that really is the key to all we do. I'm sitting here this morning, and I think I've sent you emails saying I was overcome with emotion. I am so thankful for you, because really, when we think about Day of Caring, we would not be Day of Caring if it weren't for you, because you make it happen. It's you that work and organize and put these crews together, and you've been faithful, many of you, from the very beginning. And that was 27 years ago. So I know that you're anxious, and I appreciate your respect your time this morning. So I would like to, at this time, introduce. We have a very special guest. You know that when we do the Day of Caring, it's so important that we have people out there that can tell our story and tell it in a meaningful way that reaches a lot of people. And so this year we were very fortunate to have Rick Perales as one of our honorary co-chairs, and I'd like to invite him up at this time to say a few words.
What a great day, huh? So I know that usually some speakers say I'm between you and dinner or lunch. I'm between you and checks, so I want to be quick here, and some decent weather. I'm just very pleased to be a part of it. When Roberta and Jan asked me to be a part of this, and Hans, of course I said yes. I see all the players, all the people I know from what they do in our communities. You guys are wonderful. What you do is just absolutely amazing. Our communities, our state couldn't be what it is without you folks, and we know that. And you can't depend on the state or the feds to take care of everything. We've got to step up and do it ourselves. That's why this center here is so amazing in and of itself. So I just want to say thank you. I can't wait till next year. I got to 5 events this year, and so we're going to try to get more events next year. I just got to find the closest events. I did Beaver Creek and Fairborn, but I know there were many more events out there, and I look forward to seeing them and participating in them, and for this to get bigger and bigger every year. So thank you for what you do, and I can't wait to see the checks come out. Thank you.
I I'd like to, at this time, recognize some of our board members, because without their help, again, this wouldn't be possible. It's all of us working together, and that's, part of the reason I wanted a good turnout this morning is because I wanted, first of all, the people that are receiving the dollars today to see the people that, as far as our coordinators and our volunteers that made it possible. And then also to know that how, from the standpoint of our recipients, how those dollars go out and how they benefit the local community. Because they really do. They really go out and touch those people that are less fortunate. They help them in a meaningful way in terms of providing assistance with hunger and with homelessness. And so I know that we have today represented the Food Bank and the Emergency Housing Coalition, and those are two pivotal organizations that reach out in so many ways. The Emergency Housing Coalition itself has 27 different agencies that they support. I think the Food Bank has over 100 member pantries that they support. And it's all of us working together, and that's the idea that I want to convey this morning is, as much as it, we go all our different directions, we are very much a family, and that's how I look at you, as a family, and it's all of us working together for this common cause. At this time, I'd like to recognize the members of our board that are here today. Carol Pruitt, if you'll please stand. Beth Unen, over here. Steve Pax, one of our trustees. And of course, you know Roberta Shivadicker. Scott Rothenbush, our treasurer, and Mr. Mike Hall, our web page manager, and of course, one person that without whose vision this would not be possible at all, Jan Kaya. The newest addition to our family is Ravi Surampuri. He works as our office manager. Jan, do you want to say anything?
Do I have to say something?
Yes.
Well, first of all, thank you very much for sharing your morning with us, especially such a nice morning. I do want to recognize a couple of people sitting way in the back, Dr. Awa and Mrs. Awa. They've been especially generous to Day of Caring, and without people like that, we can't be doing this. So, and of course, you saw my grandson Gizmo there. But wanted to thank all of you for your efforts and all the good things you do in the community. And we are so proud that we were able to do it for 27 or 28 years.
27.
27 years, and raised over $750. $750,000, which multiplied by 4 for the meals. So it's very heartening to see that together we can make a big difference. And there are going to be a lot more events planned for next year, a lot more sites. And we are hoping that we can even improve on what we've already done. So thank you all again for coming and sharing this day with us. Thank you.
Well, I'm particularly happy. This is really a joy for us. This is the moment where we do give back in terms to the community, and we, in a very small measure, convey all the hard work that you have done. But I want you to know that the work and effort that you put in here is going to go and benefit our community in a very significant way. I'm also excited this year because not only did we have 41 sites, but Jan doesn't even know what the total amount was this year, and it was absolutely breathtaking. I told her before I left on my trip that this is what I thought it would be, but it's actually better. We raised this year $33,934.27. That's a little over $850 per site that you raised. So that, my kudos to you.
Yeah.
You did it. You did it. So let's begin. Let's start with Emergency Housing Coalition, Darlene Bell. I have a check here for you for $7,258.65. Darlene.
Or would you like everyone with you?
We'll do everyone at one
Yeah.
time. Okay. Dayton Food Bank. Anyone here from the Dayton Food Bank?
couldn't make it.
Okay, they're going to get a check for $10,887.97. Lewisburg, I know you're here. Lewisburg, come on up here. They took top honors, $3,131.
Their side. Good job.
Eaton, are you here? Eaton United Church of Christ. Eaton United Church almost doubled their amount this year, $765. And then we had 4 locations, or 1 location, but 4 participants in Richmond. They had $170.50. No, that was their total, so it's $42.62 a piece. And then we have the Free Store in Cincinnati. They will get $11.52, as will their Housing Coalition will get $11.52. In the Springfield area, we had a new site this year, the Honor Community Center. They did $1,152. So we're going to divide that up between Interfaith Hospitality Network and Second Harvest for $550 each. Fairborn Fish, are you here today?
Oh, yes.
Okay, we have a check for you for $332.50. And then, thank you. And then the Fairborn Senior Center will also get a check for $32.
Oh, you're here? We're about Senior Center? No.
No, okay. Beaver Creek Enrichment or Beaver Creek Senior Center, $1,000.
Whoa. Thank you.
Greene County Housing, are you here today? There you are. Well, I have a check for you for $1,338.58. And my dear friend Judy Baker from Senior Adult Recreation Center, we have a check for $2,007.87. And then our last county that will get is Fayette County Consortium, and they get a check for $529. But for a total, if you're keeping track, it will be $33,934.27.
Okay.
So
I have a question.
Yes.
How much did we spend on the event?
we spent right around $14,000.
So is it, so what we generally say is if you give us $500, we'll double it. And of course, we spent 14 and we made 33,000.
Yep.
So I think it is more than double.
Yeah, we did, but
Math. Thank you.
Thanks. Enjoy this morning.
Wait, if they have any comments?
Comments, oh, yes, comments, I'm sorry.
Ross, you have something to say?
I have a question.
Okay.
14,000, is that, you have to buy the food?
It cost us just $11,300 and some dollars to buy the food alone.
See,
Food
I thought
and-
the food was all donated by these
Right.
No.
Yeah, we had to,
organizations.
but not for a size this size, they won't donate.
Oh,
So, and that includes paper products as well. And the 14,000 also includes publicity,
Right.
tickets, posters,
Right.
and all that. So,
Hans,
Yeah,
reminded that 14,000 comes from corporate donations.
yes.
Yeah.
That allows us to.
right,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
None of the monies
Don't
that,
use any of your ticket sales
yeah,
for the cost of doing the business to run the program. That way,
Yeah.
all that money, 100% goes to.
Right.
Right.
yeah, that's how much we raised from ticket sales,
Yes.
and 100% came back to you guys.
And,
And like as I was mentioning, some generous donors like Dr. Awa
Yep.
and others, they provide the funding to help us buy the food and all that stuff. So,
and then this year, we had, some of our services were actually donated. The paper that we used for our placemats this year were donated by Minuteman Press of Centerville. You know, and, you know, so we got a significant discount that we normally would have had to pay out. in addition to, we did something new this year as far as with site sponsorships, like Dr. Elba and, you know, a variety of other participants that, you know, donated dollars to sponsor a site, so that helped to offset some of the cost. But it is truly through the, you know, the philanthropy and help of, you know, people that make either individual or corporate donations that make this all possible, and as has been said, you know, enable us to be true to our word that we say that 100% of the monies that are taken in raised go back into the communities. And we think as an organization, that is one of the things that sets us apart from a lot of the nonprofits out there. But it just enabled us to, you know, for more of the money to go to the intended purpose, and we're very, very pleased to be able to do that. And we are definitely looking forward to next year to do this again, 28th year of Day of Caring, and we hope this will go on for a long, long time, because it's such an important work that we do, and it's important that this is ingrained in, I think, into people that will follow after us, the importance of thinking about and being concerned for others, having compassion, making sure that we are out there, we get the facts. We don't assume, you know, that people are in these conditions just because they choose to be that way, that there are a lot of things that go into this happening. And, you know, and it's just wonderful. I see, and I think I keep talking about the Emergency Housing Coalition and the food bank, because they offer a lot of different services that go out and actually do you know, help people. I was at a health expo this year at Fairborn at the Fighting Christ, and I was surprised by the financial report that Fish has, as far as the money that flows through them, that works out into the community, and it's incredible. So there's go ahead.
Yeah, in addition, you know, I'm not talking about that. I just wanted to just say that we cannot forget corporate sponsors like DP&L.
Yes.
They've been with us from the very beginning,
Yep.
and this year they supported us with $10,000 just for the pantry. I mean, not for the pantry. Pantry is yet to come.
Yep.
And they've been a big supporter of
Yep.
us. And we also had West Banco that became a very good partner with us.
Right.
And they are like 4,000 donations.
Yep.
So we are very fortunate to have good corporations in this community that share the responsibility of taking care of one another. So one additional thing, nothing to do with this,
Okay.
but we are trying to get a forum started, and so we want to send each of you an email so that you can get us some comments to get us started. So we're kind of new at this, and we need all the help we can get. So we look forward to hearing from all of you. Thank you.
Roberta?
Well, first of all, before I get into what I really want to say, I just want you to know that our board was a site sponsor this year.
Yes.
So we totally believe in what we do to the point that we'll put our pocketbook in it ourselves. And speaking of that, you guys did an amazing job this year with your hygiene donations at your site. Anywhere from that big box that 2 men in a truck donated to a trunk full, and I mean a trunk full. Robbie was back and forth with a gal who had no site but heard about us and did a collection. So keep it up, you know, keep up those donations of hygiene products throughout the year. That makes our dollars go much farther, and they are so needed. I anticipate by the end of May that we will have 100 hygiene sites and be in 21 counties. So we are growing faster than we can grow. There is such a great need out there for the hygiene products. So keep us in mind when you're trailing through the grocery store or the drugstore. Just throw an extra something. I don't care what it is or what size. We use a lot of miniatures. If you travel, clean out your bathroom every day. Please, please, please. We need those products. And then Jan has started another program, and it's called Club 25, and I think it's a doable thing for each and every one of us, and I'd like for her to explain that.
Oh, Club 25 is just a program where people would pledge to give $25 a year to the personal hygiene pantry, and we think that by having at least 1,000 people involved with it, we can really continue to grow and continue without stopping in between, like we had to do last year, because we ran out of funding in the middle. So we want a place, we want a project that would keep us going. Even when there is shortfalls, we can still continue our growth. So if you know somebody and if you all can, I would love for you to join the Club 25, and hopefully we can all grow together. Thank you.
And we will have those Club 25 forms shortly up here on the counter. You can just take 2 or 3. Thank
If we
you.
could get, like that, we could put something like that in our newsletters, and our members might be interested
Yeah.
in,
That's
as
great.
long as they know where to write the check, to
Yeah.
whom to write the check, and
yeah.
and
Okay.
that kind of thing. It would be tax deductible.
100%, yes.
Yep.
Thank you, Judy. Any other comments? Everybody is eager to get out and spend the money.
And I tell you what, we have in our midst a person that really has a humble spirit here that didn't speak of or say anything at all, and she should have. Candace, you ought to have been yelling out at me because I didn't give you the check for Right Path Ministries, $929. Listen, thank you so much for coming out. Thank you for making this a success this year, and let's make next year